Dealing with difficult family members is a harsh reality for most people. You can't change how someone else acts, so don't waste your time trying. What you do have control over is how you act. If you don't like what you see in a difficult family member, change what you see and how you react. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways to avoid the annoyances of a difficult family member. 1. Encourage these difficult people to express themselves and then watch for the trigger points. This can be done by using empathy to change our perspective. By this, I mean that we have to understand that they are not born that way. The thing is, even though it can be really hard at times, we have to try to understand their perspective. We don't have to agree with their viewpoint, but understanding their point of view may help us interact with them in a calmer way. The idea here is to remain as neutral as possible. And while doing so, inevitably, there will be topics that represent points of disagreement. Keep a check on what these topics are and be extremely aware when these are brought up. 2. It's not about you usually. Yes, it's hard not to take things personally, especially when you are attacked or made to feel responsible for someone else. But if you look at the anatomy of a conflict, you can see how these often play out. You will notice that usually it centers around a specific topic or a disagreement that made the family member upset. And lastly, use I statements. When we use I statements, it takes the blame off the person you are speaking to, which then makes the person become less defensive. I will give you a few examples. You can use phrases like, I feel threatened by comments like that, or I become easily offended about topics like these. So you see, when we start with the word I, it makes the feelings about us and not about the other person, which makes him or her less defensive. Also remember to set your limits and boundaries in your conversation. So I hope these 3 techniques are useful the next time you are faced with a difficult conversation.